This will be supplementary information for Basic Concepts 3, covering sources of income for the elderly. First, I'd like to talk about Social Security and some quick facts about Social Security. Social Security accounts for 39% of all income for people ages 65 or over. 9 out of every 10 of these people will rely on Social Security as some portion of their income. 46% of unmarried elderly people will depend on it as over 90% of their total income. This benefit is indispensable for the most economically disadvantaged senior citizens. But there's still debate around Social Security. Even though it's been around for nearly 70 some odd years, people don't know how it should be redistributed once somebody hits retirement age. One of the philosophies that goes into this is the philosophy of equity. This is the principle that you should get back in what you put in, maybe some interest, but that's it. The argument against this is that this would further imbalance the socioeconomic status gaps as people age. So if you started off poor, you're going to end up with less money and stay poor. Now then there's the social adequacy philosophy. And this is that those who were unable to contribute as much are given slightly more than what they put in from those who had put in more, as sort of balance out the end of life. What you put in, what you get back, it's going to be, raised to try to help you enjoy your final years. Right now, the current Social Security policy is a compromise between these two schools of thought, and even then, that still doesn't make people happy. Let's talk about pensions and the defined benefit style of plan. This is going to pay out an agreed upon amount to a person over the remainder of their life after retirement, or at a set age, typically 65 if you're in the United States. This puts the responsibility of maintaining the money and having that available once it's called upon on the shoulders of the company who promised the payment initially. Then you have the defined contribution plan. The defined contribution plans include options such as the 401k. This is where both the employee and the company pay into these pension funds and over the course of somebody's employment, and it's largely determined what you're going to get by how much is paid in, how much is paid in by the company, and how the interest rates and such change over time. Then you have the cash balance plan. This is a middle ground between the defined benefit and the defined contribution plans. This plan is based on credits paid into an account by the employer as a percentage of the employee's salary. This will accrue and gain interest and build up slowly until it's called upon at retirement. In 1974, the federal government passed the Employee Retirement Income Security Act, or ERISA. This act put in place safeguards and legal measures that could be taken for employees to defend themselves from their employers, and it gave them greater control over their retirement funds, made employers who offered pensions and retirements responsible for certain legal aspects of pensions of retirements. Now, this act regulates private pensions, and it works to protect the benefits from being revoked or in other ways mishandled by employers. Other key terms from this section include vesting. Vesting is a term that simply means that you've spent enough time there for your pension benefits to be maintained as active. Let's talk about an annuity. An annuity is a payout plan on savings which allows taxes to be deferred or even mitigated completely sometimes, such as the IRA. This is an option that is often sold by insurance companies or similar groups to help people better manage their money and avoid those taxes that are going to eat away massive parts of what they've been putting away for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And finally, there is the reverse mortgage. The reverse mortgage is exactly what you have on the box. The homeowner and the bank will agree on a price that should be paid for a house. And the bank will pay that amount in monthly installments to the homeowner forever, basically. Usually upon death or upon completion of the payment by the bank, the house is then turned over as the bank's property. It's basically a way for older people who own their own homes to sell that house back as monthly income guaranteed over a period of 5, 10, 20 years, etc., depending on what their terms are. This gives them greater flexibility, and but it's basically not a popular option. Nobody likes it. Anyway, I hope this was useful. I hope to hear back from some of you in comments in the discussion boards, and I thank you.